Today we're going to compare the Cybex Priam to the new version of the Cybex Balios S Lux, which underwent a serious overhauling mechanically and has gotten a lot stronger as a result, prompting several viewers to ask whether it was now actually a better stroller than the Priam, despite being less than half the price. So let's jump straight into it then, looking at the advantages and disadvantages of each model in turn, and focusing on their differences in terms of child comfort, ease of use, longevity, and driving characteristics, before, at the end, discussing which one might make the better purchase. And starting off with the Priam, the model clocks in at 12.9 kilos and folds down to 31.5 by 51.5 by 85 centimeters, with the seat attached. It can take 22 kilos in the seat and 5 kilos in the underslung shopping basket. When it comes to child comfort, the Priam's Lux seat has both a deep, arguably full-flat recline and a very upright position, while size-wise, the seat measures 30 centimeters in width and 101 centimeters in total length, determined by adding up the lengths of the backboard, baseboard, and leg rest. Note that the leg rest can be folded down on the model, but that there's unfortunately no footrest built into the front frame. There is a bar, covered by the textiles of the shopping basket, that can work in a pinch, but this isn't a place that you'd probably want an older child putting their feet, at least on a regular basis. As far as other aspects of the seat are concerned, the canopy is extendable and gives decent sun coverage, and, as a Platinum line model, a bit more effort has gone into the quality of the textiles, as well as finer details like leather, logos, and shiny bits. Looking at parent comfort, the Priam's handle is adjustable between 98 and 108 centimeters, and the basket is acceptably sized for a mid-sized model, with a flap that flips open from the rear to make it a little more accessible. The Priam's fold is okay, being one of the first models out there to fold with one hand, but is otherwise a bit awkward compared to more recently designed folding systems, in the way that the handle protrudes from the folded package, making it a bit longer than it needs to be in my opinion. And it's also worth noting that the Priam can only be folded down into a single piece, with the seat attached when world-facing, not when reversed. As far as how the model feels to use, the Priam is finely manufactured, but a bit of a showpiece in my opinion, being a bit stiff in design, without very noticeable suspension, and having a few loose areas, in particular the handle. When it comes to longevity, despite the most common problem experienced over time being just a general loosening of the chassis, I'd like to note that I have seen more serious problems as well, with the seat frame, the handle, and the brakes. And while issues with the model are not common, when they do occur, it's important to note that the repair or replacement costs are generally higher with this model than with a lot of its competitors, since Cybex neither provides an extended guarantee, nor do they offer access to smaller components of the chassis or seat frame. Lastly, as far as driving goes, the Priam is very much a city model, capable, with its nearly 8-inch front wheels, of tackling cobblestones, gravel paths, and snow, but at the same time, hampered by its rather minimalistic suspension from performing that well off-road. Moving on, the new Balios is a little lighter, at 11.7 kilos, and folds down to a smaller 40 by 48.5 by 65 centimeters with the seat attached. It can take the same 22 kilos in the seat, but at 10 kilos has twice the weight capacity in the shopping basket. The Balios' Lux seat is adjustable in the same manner as the Priam, having more or less equivalent upright and reclined positions, and the seat dimensions are also nearly identical, where the Balios' seat is only 2 centimeters skinnier and the total length only 2 centimeters shorter. That being said, unlike the Priam, the Balios does have a proper footrest mounted on the front frame, which gives it a little bit of an edge for older children. The Balios' canopy is more or less equal in length, but the textiles and detailing are a little less flashy and premium feeling than with the Priam, reflecting the lower price class of its gold line designation. Looking at parent comfort, the Balios' range of handle height is essentially the same as the Priam's, 99 to 109 centimeters, while the shopping basket, in addition to being more weight capable, is a tad wider, though also shorter, back to front. The Balios also folds one-handed, but is both more compact when folded, due to the handle not protruding from the folded package, and the model can also be folded down to a single piece, with the seat either parent or world-facing. As far as how the model feels to use, other than the one similarity that the Balios' handle also sits a little loose, the Balios feels more performance-oriented in my opinion, primarily as a result of its much more substantial suspension, where, in terms of durability, the improved shock absorption means that jolts from rougher ground will have less of an effect on loosening up the model's joints and connection points over time. Lastly, as far as driving goes, that added suspension also, of course, makes the Balios a little less jerky and jumpy when the road gets rough, though I would note that the wheels are a tad smaller than on the Priam, both in the front and the back, making the Balios then still a model more suited to urban terrain than any real off-roading. So which of these two should you get then? In my opinion, unless you're very swayed by the expensive, stylistic detailing of the Priam, where, in all honesty, the known high price is a part of the appeal, the new version of the Balios does provide better performance overall, being a tad lighter, folding a little smaller, and having a one-piece fold with the seat reversed, having better suspension, and offering essentially equivalent durability and terrain capability for a much lower price. In any case, we hope you found this video interesting, and if you did, please subscribe, as a sort of support really helps us to continue making videos in the future. If you'd like to know more about either of these models, we have standalone reviews that go into a lot more detail, and links have been added in the description. In addition, if you're currently shopping for a stroller, we have a buyer's guide on our Patreon page which lists a wide range of models we recommend, with a lot of technical and lifestyle related information. You can find it by following the link in the description as well. Thank you.